Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Hit Start to Play podcast. It's your boy, the speedrunning extraordinaire, Big Man Jack, and I'm with my co-host, as usual.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. I hope you are all keeping safe, and I hope you had a very good Chinese New Year if you celebrated that. Any announcements you want to make before we get in?
Yeah, so obviously, as you're aware, we had a week left as of last episode on our Discord Nitro giveaway. That the giveaway has now ended, and the winner has been contacted. We've given that away. We've actually got a current no, it's not a Discord Nitro. It's a gift card giveaway. $10 gift card of your choice. That'll be on the Twitter. Make sure you check that out. Get involved as we promised. We're doing 2 giveaways in February to thank you all for the support because it's been mental. Other than that, I think that is all the announcements, I believe.
Brilliant. Right, let's get into the news. There's not a huge amount this year. I was going to say this week.
We're writing off the year already. It's done.
Yeah, we're done after this. This is the
move on to 2022. Let's go.
But on to the news. The first one, Little Nightmares 2, was just released this week. It is if you don't know, it is like a very limbo / inside-esque game. I don't know if it's created by the same people. It might be.
I'd assume so.
Little horror game.
Very similar.
They're very good games actually. The second one looks very promising. It's like they're creepy. I think is a good word to describe it. It's very strange. And it's designed very like Inside. It's a really creepy game that's psychologically a bit weird.
It's a very spooky indie game.
It's a spoopy game, so if you
like the spoop,
then go for it. Pick that up. Next, hackers threatening to release CD Projekt Red sensitive information if demands aren't met.
Do you know what the best part about this was? It was written on a notepad.
Wait, really?
Yeah, so it was. I don't know how it was found out, but it's a notepad document. And they put the notepad document on Twitter, and it's just literally, like you go on Microsoft, go run notepad. It's just written on there, and it's the best thing I've ever seen.
So what are they actually demanding? Is it to fix the game or?
Do you know what? I really wish I knew. Let me try and I'm just going to quickly pull up the picture, and read. No, I won't read it word for word. So this is on the notepad. The notepad, bear in mind, was entitled read_me_unlock, and it says, "Hello, CD Projekt Red. You're have been epically pawned."
Oh god.
So pretty much what they've done is they've dumped the source code, or they have the source code for Cyberpunk, Witcher 3, Gwent, whatever that is, and an unreleased version of Witcher 3.
Oh, Gwent is the card game in the Witcher 3.
Okay. So they've got all the source code for that. And apparently they're now threatening to dump all the documents relating to the accounting, administration, legal, HR, investor relations, and more. They had 48 hours to contact the hackers. That is literally the last thing from CD Projekt Red on Twitter, and that was on the 9th of February. So
it's over.
I'm not really too sure what happened, to be honest. Nothing. It baffles me though how their security has lacked that much much information has been leaked, if it's true, obviously.
Yeah, there's always people like. Do you remember when the entirety of Sony got hacked?
Oh god, yeah.
And like it was
millions and millions of records and data was leaked.
PSN was down for ages, and then the Sony Pictures branch got hacked by North Korea, and like everything just went tits up.
I wonder if it's just mad, like people that are mad that
it probably is.
Cyberpunk was
the game's broken.
Big shambles.
Are gonna dox the whole company.
It's ropes. It's big ropes. But
I don't understand in the slightest. But moving on from that.
That happened.
Black Myth, a game that I'm personally really interested in. It is a Dark Soulsy type game set in a genre that's not really been done too much. I can't think of many. In Chinese mythology, where you play as Sun Wukong, the monkey king.
What, the one from League of Legends.
It's so
That's sick.
Sun Wukong is a god.
Right.
I think his title is just the Monkey King.
All right.
But he's a
it.
popular character in video games. He's been sort of adapted in many different games
That's cool.
because he's a very popular god. I for life me can't remember. I believe this is one of the best-selling books of all time. I think it's like Journey to the West or something. It's called Journey to the West, Journey to the East. It's one of them, and it's a book about Sun Wukong, and it's very, very popular.
Okay.
And this game looks great. There was a reveal trailer for the Year of the Ox for Chinese New Year, which revealed a big like Minotaur boss fight.
Nice.
Looks very Dark Souls-esque, something I'll be definitely picking up. So if you're interested, go for it.
I'll be sitting there pretending like I know what I'm doing and then crying. So
just crying yourself to sleep.
Standard.
Can't do it. But like Microsoft, with their purchase of Bethesda recently, have created the Vault company, which is going to sort of house Bethesda games and be part of future Bethesda games. Sounds very Fallout-esque to me.
They're just riding off the fact they now own Fallout, right?
Yeah, this is probably going to be the future sort of company to deal with Fallout, probably Elder Scrolls as well. I wouldn't be surprised. Good move, I think.
Same umbrella, I suppose. It separates it from, Microsoft as a name, I guess.
At least I think this is a good move either way.
For once, Microsoft might have done something right.
I think this is a good call. But something going back to Souls-related games, a hacker, can't remember his name for the life of me, but he is a known hacker or / modder in Souls games. Has somehow, I don't know how he's managed to do this, but he's created a mod for Bloodborne on PS4 Pro, which you can just put on your PS4 Pro, and it allows Bloodborne to run at 60 frames per second.
Okay.
And I've seen videos of this, and it does look beautiful, as the game is a bit choppy.
How the hell has he done that?
I don't know. He does it for all the games. Like, he's a known hacker for
His name is
games.
Lance McDonald.
Yeah, that's it. I knew it started with an L, but I just couldn't remember it.
But I take no L's.
He doesn't, literally. He's
legit.
Nothing but 60 FPS for the boys. I respect it.
I rate that. I mean, I'd love to play it again and make sure that I can't kill the first boss again in 60 FPS.
Because it's a known thing with Souls games that they can be a bit choppy. It's one of the downsides to it, especially Dark Souls 1. And it does look really nice. So I recommend getting it for sure. I recommend. From Software haven't released anything about it, so
watch them take him on. Yeah. Watch it now.
I don't know. From Software aren't like they don't really get involved at all.
I don't understand. Like 60 FPS is a game changer.
Like as a company, that man.
Yeah. Well, as a company, when you'd be like, wait, hold on a second, this guy's made a standalone mod by himself to make our game 60 FPS.
Yeah, for a console.
We haven't done it.
Well, it's not like it's a PC mod.
Yeah, companies they baffle me. I'm not gonna lie. That's probably why I don't own one, right?
Well, yeah. So, keeping on the sort of companies baffling.
Oh god,
sort of trend. A former Riot Games employee has sued the CEO of Riot Games. It's one of the two. There are two. I'm not sure which one it is. It's either Trindamere or the other geezer. I can't remember his name.
Niccolo Laurent.
Possibly.
That's the geezer that's being sued.
Oh, yeah, it's him. So over alleged sexual harassment cases and things like this, and it doesn't surprise me that. And obviously, there's a lot going on in the news about things like this nowadays, with more and more people coming out.
Well, yeah, it's brave because I mean, the thing is it's difficult. You see a lot of these cases get thrown out because I think, generally speaking, big corporations are full of men, right? It's just
gaming
fact,
as well, especially, yeah.
And it must be difficult for a woman to come out against a load of men because, there'd always be, for a fact there's going to be like those ones like, oh yeah, no, Sheila downstairs, she's the one that said that old, Tommy was sexually assaulting her or whatever. Like, what a lot of rubbish, So, if these allegations come out to be true, fair play to this woman for coming out, and I really hope this guy gets charged if it's
yeah,
real.
me too.
Like, there's no.
There's the problem with it, innit? At the minute, it is like word against word, and when one of those words is a multi-billion-dollar corporation CEO, it's a bit peak.
Yeah,
and I do hope this does get kind of cast, because I can guarantee this isn't the only company this has happened.
No, I would guarantee a lot of it gets brushed under the carpet.
Yeah.
To settle it outside of court before it even gets to court. Here you go, here's a couple of million. Now shut your mouth. You're like, it's not the point. It's more like standing up to it, and it's more making the point of this happens. You can't get away with this anymore.
Yeah.
You deserve to pay for that, because it gets me vexed. I'm sorry, but not on.
Yeah, it's just wrong. It's just wrong. The world, like the capitalism that seems to overrule any sort of.
There's a crime, but money.
Yeah.
I mean,
But probably not a good idea to start getting into capitalism. But we'll move on to some brighter news. With two announced games, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart has been announced for a while, but we finally got the release date of June 11th.
Yes, baby.
It does look it looks unique, that's for sure. You can obviously transport through different worlds and things, and there's a bunch of new they're very similar, like multiverse Ratchet & Clanks. They're just like Ratchet & Clanks from different universes and stuff all appearing.
Yeah.
And it looks really cool.
I can't wait, mate.
It does look very good. If you like Ratchet & Clank, I'm sure you will like this as well.
Yeah, I love Ratchet & Clank. Ratchet & Clank was my jam, so I'm excited. I'll be getting that. Maybe not on release, because it's probably going to be at 80 quid on the PS5, but
oh yeah, of course it will.
I will get it eventually, so I will provide an update as and when.
And another one. Who remembers Dino Crisis?
Oh,
that game
was that on the PS2?
Good.
PS1, maybe actually.
I think PS1. I'll have a quick look.
I think I remember it, because I think I remember it being really difficult, but then I was probably about 7.
I was very young. Yes, PlayStation, developed by Capcom.
That's it. Yeah.
These games were great. I can't remember. I think there's a bunch of games. I remember 3 of them, and I think they're all PS1.
Yeah, probably.
And but it's just typical, very like Turok, if anyone's played that, where you just you shoot dinosaurs. And there is a game called Instinction announced for 2022, which is supposedly a spiritual successor to Dino Crisis. And there are screenshots, and it looks beautiful. Like graphically, this game looks absolutely insane.
That's because everyone might have a next gen console by then.
Yeah, like it does look very nice.
Yeah,
I'm very excited.
That'd be good. Yeah, I'm down for that.
Old
PS1 classics.
Oh yeah, I used to play the old like Turok games and stuff, and that was very similar, like shooting dinosaurs.
I think I definitely played a Turok game around your house.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah, it was. They're great fun games. They're not like the best, but they're very fun.
I'm down for that. That should be good.
Yeah, I will be picking that up when it does arrive next year.
Yes, sir.
And I believe that is it for the news. There wasn't a huge amount this week.
Yeah, it's a bit dead this week.
Yeah, next week we'll be doing some BlizzCon online stuff. So
yeah, shout out to my boy Titan in the Discord. That's for you, my friend.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that next week after BlizzCon has happened. I will be making notes on that as it goes. So let's crack on, I suppose.
Yeah, this. So I want to preface this topic. For anyone that's a listener, is going to be very, very interesting, because it's going to divide everyone, I reckon. So
yeah, just want to note, this is purely our opinion. What we're about to say is purely opinion based. So we are not saying our opinions are right or wrong.
Even though they are, but sure.
Oh, I'm joking. Yeah, this is a dictatorship now.
Yeah, right. And everything we say, you must take it as gospel. All right.
But yeah, this is purely opinion, and we would like to hear yours as well. So if you really want to tell us how wrong we really are and how it should be, then feel free to in the comments.
You've just ruined it. Now it's done. This is over.
Quick, disable comments.
For a start, I was the one that come up with this topic. So
yeah.
direct, at Falsey, just send it my way, mate.
Yeah, all the hate is his fault. So we're going to be talking about consoles throughout history from our lives anyway. We're not going to go into detail about ones we've never touched, because that would be a waste of time. But so we're going to be going through consoles, our favorite consoles we dislike, launch titles, and a very nice little spicy PC versus console for us. So I've set this out quite differently to regular sort of scheduled planning.
Yeah.
I've set up based on release dates and based on sort of launch title games to keep things similar. I have set up a little 16 console tournament to decipher
like a Mortal Kombat tournament.
Yeah. So I've bought one of each of these, and whoever loses gets smashed.
Yeah, we'll live stream us smashing it with a sledgehammer.
Good thing I have a sledgehammer.
Well, let's get to it then, mate.
So we're going to be going through this and deciding what is better out of the two for each round, and until there is
a bit of like information and release games, and chucking a little bit of information in there with it, because why not? Let's pepper it with a bit of spice. So
let's just get stuck in, and then the first two in the sort of first sort of, what do you call it, match.
First heat.
Yeah, the first heat is probably what is my first two consoles anyway.
Okay.
This is the PlayStation 1, released in 1994, and the Nintendo 64, released in 1996.
Ooh.
PlayStation 1 launch titles that I've played and enjoy include Rayman, Wipeout, Ridge Racer.
Ridge Racer. God,
slightly weak lineup, I think, because there was only about eight like launch titles for this console.
I got a little story about the PlayStation 1, right? So I must have been about 6 or 7, maybe, something like that. And I had the big chunky boy. Don't you remember the big old one?
Yeah, so did I.
And I wanted the small one.
Out of context, this is just
that sounds right. I wanted this slim PS1, right? And if my parents watch this, they're just gonna be like, "What?" The little disc bit that it spins on.
Oh yes, yeah.
Where you pop the disc on and
it took me a while to figure out what you were saying. Yeah,
I purposely snapped it until it broke.
I respect that.
To get the slim it worked. I got the slim PS1, but not the point. I mean, that's. I was sly. I was on it. Do you know what I mean? I know my team.
Snapped his PS1 and said it broke to get the little one.
That's real. That's real gang hours right there. That's the one.
I respect that. I respect the hustle for that. You've just been exposed.
Oh, mate. That's that. Yeah, no, that's my parents will probably see that and be like, well, you owe us money for a PS1. Yeah. Probably back then it was like,
I don't even know how much it was. Probably a good amount.
Yeah, got to have been.
But it's I've actually got this is a console. This is one of my first consoles. I can't remember what I had first, N64 or PS1. I just grew up with them both.
Yeah.
So N64 1996 release. I think the release titles here are better. We have Mario 64, Turok, and Star Wars Shadow of the Empire. I mean, Mario 64 versus Rayman, I guess, is the kind of one there you can sort of
argue about for the rest of your life.
Combatant, and for me, Mario 64 wins all day out of those two.
See, funny enough, I've never actually played Mario 64 as like enough to be like, this is banging. Do you know what I mean?
It's a very basic game. Like playing it nowadays, it hasn't. I think I mentioned this in like first episode where it isn't. It hasn't stood the test of time too well, but it's still one of them. It will always be remembered as like it kind of made 3D platformers a thing.
Compared to Rayman, I guess Rayman's kind of a dead franchise now, I guess.
What was the last game? Was it Rayman Legends or whatever it's called?
Yeah, and then it was free.
It was alright.
PS4.
Yeah, it was an alright game, but I've never been a huge Rayman guy. I played the originals.
Yeah, no, I played the original 2D platform ones. First one.
Yeah,
On PS1.
I think this is the PS1 one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's hard. It's just tough.
What? I mean, I'm gonna edge it to the PlayStation personally. I think
it's very tough.
So I never owned a Nintendo 64, but if you remember our cousin Tarek, remember him, he had one. When we used to go over Auntie Debbie's, I'm just leaking my entire life. I used to play it over there, and he had the racing game that probably we think we established that to be Diddy Kong Racing. I could never remember the name of it.
Yeah, on the N64 probably. Oh yes, yeah. I believe it must have been from the descriptions.
I mean, obviously that's a long time ago. But I think for me, it's got to go to the PlayStation. I think more memories, more game time for me, and I remember the old touring car games. They were banging. They were horrific. They were so fun.
God, yeah, but they were. I think for me, Nintendo 64. A lot of my time was spent on Mario 64 and Donkey Kong 64 and Conker. I don't know if you ever played Conker, but it's very R-rated, like Mario-esque game. It's a lot of fun. It's really funny. It's one of the bosses is literally just a giant poo.
Oh, I remember you saying something about that the other day. Yeah.
Yeah, the great mighty poo. It's a lot of fun, but I think I'll agree with you on this one. I think PlayStation definitely took up more of my time.
Yeah.
And there was like Tomb Raider was one of my most played early games that I can remember.
Point to Sony.
So I think Sony gets the point, and that doesn't come lightly, as the N64 is very beloved to me. But I will give you this one. I do think you might be right.
I've never heard those words in my life.
Clip that.
I'm right. Wait, what?
Hello? Yeah, for context for that, this is more a football thing, because we support the opposite Manchester clubs. So there's a lot of like beef. So
yes,
for me to admit he's right on something just doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's a bit like Man City going to win the league, but you never admit that. Anyway, moving on.
Anyway, so the second lineup, and for me, I think I already know who's winning this.
Okay.
PlayStation 2 in 2000 and the Xbox in 2001. You can include the GameCube in here as well. I didn't, since I never actually owned one myself.
Oh, don't do this to me.
But the GameCube, I will allow GameCube, since that came out 2001 as well.
Yeah, so funny enough, it came out one day after the original Xbox. One single day.
That's got to have been planned, isn't it?
Good couple of days for release.
Yeah, it is. Right, if you're a console. So PlayStation 2 notable launch titles that I played was Midnight Club, Unreal Tournament, and Time Splitters. And whereas Xbox and this lineup for me is something else. Arguably, possibly the best ever here. Xbox release titles: Halo Combat Evolved, Oddworld, Project Gotham Racing, and Max Payne.
So some notable ones for the GameCube would have been Luigi's Mansion, Wave Race Blue Storm, and Super Monkey Ball. So
I never really played Super Monkey Ball too much.
I
have obviously played it, but not like a huge amount. I had it on PS2 as well, I think.
The party games, man, they were fun. Great.
Was Mario Sunshine not a launch title for GameCube?
I don't believe so. They believe it came out 2005, I think. It was quite a while after.
Yeah, I was saying that's like San Andreas.
2002, rather. Sorry. So no, it wasn't a release title because the GameCube was out 2001, and then
so a year later. It's like San Andreas as well. That came out 2004.
Yes.
So that was like that's came out closer to PS3 release than PS2.
Yeah. That's a bit weird. I didn't think of that actually. Yeah, that's a good point. But then I assume you associate GTA 3 more with the PS2 release than you, as opposed to
maybe Vice City as well.
Yeah.
But for me, I at this time and going up until Gen 8, I was always an Xbox guy. I had a PS2 as well, but some of my favorite games of all time I played all on Xbox. It was
Mm-hmm.
Halo Combat Evolved, Time Splitters Future Perfect. There's so many
Yeah.
that I have. Star Wars Battlefront games. I had them all on Xbox rather than PS2. I think the PS2 at the time was more my dad's.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I didn't really like Simpsons Hit and Run. I played on PS2, but
yeah. See, I'm torn. It won't be the Xbox for me.
yeah,
That's not the question for me anyway. I'm torn because the GameCube for me was just a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed the GameCube as a car. I've still got one, funny enough. And the only game I own on it is Mario Sunshine.
I rate that.
I might have to whack that out one day, That's a shout, right?
Yeah, go on.
Good idea. Anyway,
Stream.
I don't know how that would work.
I think you'd have to capture card it.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, maybe
Might be a nightmare, but
anyway, yeah, no, I mean, I might get that out one day and sit and play. But yeah, but I think I'm gonna have to give me I'm saying so many sus things today, aren't I?
Yeah, a little bit. There's just
thinking
an
about
R-rated episode, boys. Let's
Yeah.
go.
You know, when we upload it and it says, "Is it made for kids?" You just put, "Definitely not." This man can't control his speech. No, so, but I think the PS2's got to take it purely because I think most of my time was spent on the PS2. Like, because I got the Xbox quite late, like 360 late, so I was on PS2 for a long time. Games such as Final Fantasies, the Need for Speed games, Dynasty Warriors is another good one, like the whole sort of series.
They came out. I'm sure there's one on PS1 as well.
I think so. Yeah, San Andreas, obviously, greatest game of all time. I think I'm giving it to PS2. Personally,
I respect that. For me, it's Xbox.
Yeah, I established that with Halo, stuff like that.
Yeah, that was what my time was spent on.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
So we've got separate routes here. I've got your bracket down as well, so we can.
So interestingly, the PS2 was the best-selling console for that generation of game consoles.
I believe all time as well.
All time is mental. Wouldn't surprise me.
It was a very good console. It was very, very well established and had some of the best games ever made on it.
But it's Sony in it. I mean,
yeah, that's what they're good at.
Yeah.
So yeah, not a surprise there. Moving on to the next generation of this little Xbox PlayStation war, Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. I haven't included Wii yet, but we'll get to that in a minute. I think both of us should probably have the same opinion on this one. Yeah. Xbox 360 came out in 2005 and had some launch titles like Call of Duty 2, FIFA World Cup 2006, Need for Speed Most Wanted, which is one I didn't realize was so old, and Project Gotham 3, whereas the PlayStation 3 came out in 2006 and had launch titles such as Call of Duty 3, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and Resistance Fall of Man. Now,
who cares about any of them?
Like Marvel Ultimate Alliance was okay, but it wasn't anything special. Resistance Fall of Man was good, and it was like a 64 online multiplayer shooter. It was pretty cool.
Do you know what? You forgot to mention one game that was one of the releases on Xbox 360. That's Perfect Dark Zero.
The game kind of sucked though, so
it sucked, but
it didn't really.
It's a big one.
Oh, of course it is. Yeah. To be honest, I didn't actually know that was a release or launch title for that. To be honest,
neither did I, but I do now.
But yeah, I think our memories are Xbox 360 for the most part for that. Like all the Call of Duty games and things like that, we spent way too many hours of our lives on.
Way too many hours, mate. That's literally our entire childhoods spent in front of the screen playing Modern Warfare 2 with Black Ops and stuff like that.
Literally would get in from school.
Yeah.
Straight on it. You'd eat while you were playing because you're just sweaty.
Yeah, it'd be like, all right, dinner's ready. And you'd be like, all right, I'm coming to get it. And then there should be
3 hours.
What, you're not eating with us? I'm like, I've got some noob tubes to throw across wasteland. Like, who do you think this is?
So shut up, Mum, I'm trying to get a nuke.
Yeah. Mum, I want a 23 kill streak. God's sake.
I will not eat until I die. So I think we can probably both agree the 360 is probably winning this one for us.
I think the PS3 can honestly get in the bin. I think
I wasn't a massive fan of the
first Sony. I think it was a big stinker. I don't really.
I had both.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
But for me, I always preferred Xbox at this point to PS3. But
Xbox was fun.
That's that. If you disagree, please let us know, and I'm sure you all will.
Sure.
Yeah, you're all wrong.
I'll tell you what it was, right? The PS3 with the whole, you remember when PSN went down?
The hacked. Yeah, it was getting hacked, put me off.
I don't know about you, but when you're in school, you'd be like, yo, you got like Xbox or PS3. And they'd be like, PS3. Or you say Xbox. They'd be like, well, I've got a PlayStation and I don't have to pay for my live. You're like, right, but mine doesn't get hacked, does it? Like, my Xbox is still up. What did you do over Christmas? Oh, wait, not play anything. I mean, so
yeah, all these games come out.
You had all these releases and stuff that you can't even use, and you're like, well, who's laughing now, mate? Not me. I'm chilling.
We're sitting here playing COD for the 18th hour of the day, so
I haven't slept yet in 3 weeks. I'm still playing COD. What are you doing?
We're sitting there talking to people. Unbelievable.
And the party system. There was no party system on the PlayStation.
Yeah, on PlayStation 3.
Do you know what I just did then? I just pointed at my laptop as if like there's someone there.
There's like, hello.
But yeah, no, there was no party system, which was a big L.
Yeah, I think it was only like game chat, and there might have been like private chat, but it was only one-on-one.
Yeah, that's not the one.
Couldn't go into a full party like Xbox, and you'd have like 16 people just sitting there screaming at each other.
Yeah, and tell her, suck your mum, and I did this to your mother, and all this sort of stuff. Like, mate.
I think you'll find I lost my virginity to your mum when I was 6. All of this. That's pretty much how. I just get
9-year-olds telling me that they've like been with my mum, and I'm like, all right, safe.
All right, sweet, mate. I'll let her know you're thinking of her, lad.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? That was the one. Yeah.
But similar gen to this, the Wii versus the Wii U. I could have made this another triple threat 360 PS3 Wii, but on the Wii U, I didn't know where else to put it. So I just chucked it in with the Wii. Yeah, because I know this isn't going to win anything. Why
did they bother? That's what I want to know.
I don't know.
Who at Nintendo thought, yeah, go on, this is a really good idea? Like, whoever that is needs sacking.
So the Wii came out in 2006 with launch titles such as Wii Sports, Zelda Twilight Princess, Super Monkey Ball, Banana Blitz are the three notable ones I had. It was a very good game, actually.
Okay.
Very just Super Monkey Ball-esque, a lot of fun. Same with Wii Sports, everyone's obviously plays. And everyone has faced the pain.
With the bloody game.
Everyone has faced the pain of facing Matt at anything.
Matt is listen, right? You want a championship boxer. Matt's your man.
Matt has the right hook of Thanos.
He's the one. Like none of this Mike Tyson, none of this Floyd Mayweather rubbish. No, you just need Matt.
Wii Sports Matt. And then obviously Zelda Twilight Princess is regarded as one of the best games ever made. So I think it's a really good console, to be honest. I think this was solid. Really?
Yeah, I think it was like a good attempt. Like it's almost like this is probably a terrible metaphor. But when you got kids, right? And they've been
not
at preschool.
Personally, but
not me either, but just work with me here. They go to school, right?
Yeah.
And they bring home a drawing, right?
Okay.
And it's like of the family. And she's like, she goes to you, Daddy, this is you, this is Mummy, and this is me. And it looks awful, right?
Yeah.
You can't tell a kid that because you'll break its dreams, and it'll start crying, and then you're like father of the worst father of the year, right? Because you've made your 3-year-old daughter cry, right? The Wii is a bit like that. Someone's just come along, here you go, here's something that's controlled by remotes. And you've got to have that stupid sensor that doesn't pick anything up for a start. You have to be like right bloody in front of it or like next to it to pick anything up. The moment you go out of it, it just goes into overdrive and just dies, and then
See,
it
I
takes
never had
forever to
this
it to sync
issue.
up. And
Like,
then I don't know, mate. I just think that was like B-Tech VR, in my opinion. It was just I thought it was a bit stinky, but you know.
I mean, fair enough. No, I never had any of those issues with it. I thought it was a really good console. Like from
Yeah, no, I can see why. Just
obviously, you had Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Galaxy
Yeah.
2, some of the greatest games ever made. So yeah, for me, I mean the Wii U is not even worth talking about because it's not even worthy of
who
being in a
owns
bin.
Wii U?
I can't like what Zombie U was a release title and that was stink.
Zombie. I've never even heard of it. That's how sucky it was.
It was like it was. I'm sure it was set in London
I
because
wonder how
there were
much I can.
zombies with guards. Like they was dressed as a guard, like the royal guards where
Yeah.
and it was pants.
Oh.
It was like motion controlled guns and stuff that you had to kind of aim about with because the Wii U you had a tablet and you had the actual like Wii part of it, and it was just disappointing. Like I mean, I'm sure one of the launch titles was Batman Arkham City as well, and it was like Batman Arkham City Armored Edition was one of the release titles for that, and it didn't work properly. You might as well just played it on like an actual console.
Not the Wii U.
So for me, the Wii wins on this one just out of it has to.
Yeah, I don't think if you give it to the Wii U, you need to check yourself into somewhere.
Yeah, put yourself in the nearest center.
Yeah.
So next, we've got a little battle of the handhelds here, and that's a PSP versus the Nintendo DS. I didn't actually look at any exclusives, any release titles for this.
Animal Crossing banged on the DS, mate.
See, there's a few here because I had a lot of memories on PSP.
Yeah.
Playing games like, oh god, what was it called? Chrono Trigger. That was it. Chrono Trigger. There's SOCOM games. Lord of the Rings Tactics was one of my favorites.
I remember Lord of the Rings Tactics.
Your brother used to come around and play it all the time. It was like
Did
he? It was a strategy game.
Right.
And basically you would go through the story of Lord of the Rings and you could either choose to be the good guys or the bad guys.
Right.
And characters had their own abilities and stuff, and it was like a turn-based thing, which I can't believe I actually liked it. But
he's admitting it, boys.
Yeah,
he likes like turn-based games. He's been lying the whole time.
I'm a liar and a cheat. I'm sorry. I'm gonna make the worst apology video on YouTube now.
Just make sure you got your dog in your hand.
And I'm crying. Yeah. Yeah. I just don't know how I'm gonna make this video.
I didn't want to make this video, but obviously you did because it's got like 20 ads in it.
I think we both know whose video you're talking about. So I'm not gonna say the name, but yeah. But this for me was like a tabletop turn-based game. It was very fun. But the Nintendo DS as well, you had some bangers like you said, Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Pokemon as well.
Games. Why did I forget about Pokemon?
Pokemon Diamond and Pearl and Platinum, the Sinnoh Pokemon games for reference to my favorite Pokemon games ever made.
Wow.
So it's tough. It is tough because I've got memories on both, but I think I might have to agree with you.
Yeah.
And say the Nintendo DS.
That's what I'm going for. I'm staying firm with that. I never really played the PSP.
I think I will agree. I actually had a hacked PSP. My dad managed to find a way to get like a hacked disc that had like hundreds of games on it.
Well, that's it. I'm calling the feds.
No, please. No, not like this. How could you?
Not again. Yeah. No, that's fair.
So, moving on from that, we have just checking if I've missed one. No, I haven't. Right. So we got the not this gen, but the Gen 8 games consoles with PlayStation 4 versus Xbox One versus Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch actually released 4 years later than these. We had Xbox One came out in 2013, so alongside the PS4, with the Nintendo Switch not coming out till 2017.
Oh, okay.
It's a tough one because I have all three of these.
I've had all three. I currently only have 2 of them, but I've had all 3.
So, quick look at the launch titles that are notable for me anyway. PlayStation 4, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Killzone Shadowfall, Battlefield 4, and Knack. Xbox One, Forza Motorsport 5, Rise, Son of Rome, and Dead Rising 3, and a Nintendo Switch, Zelda Breath of the Wild, Shovel Knight, and Super Bomberman R. They're all very good, to be honest. Rise, Son of Rome was stinky, but other than that, like they're all very good. Knack as well. Forgot about Knack, but
I'm struggling with this one.
It's very tough.
I'm not struggling between the Xbox One. The Xbox One straight out.
Yeah, the Xbox One goes. Yeah, I think that's fair.
That was the console. Like, I'm saying that. I'm looking at the PS5. It's about the same size, but the Xbox One was huge. I don't know about you, because I had one of the, obviously, I don't know if they changed it, but I had the day one, comma 1. Yeah.
Yes.
And it was huge. The dashboard was clunky. It was not.
I still have the controller actually somewhere that says day 1 on it for Xbox One.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
I wasn't for
sure.
it.
The network card in mine broke as well, so I had to send it off. Wouldn't connect to anything.
That's what I mean. I'm not about it.
I agree with that. I think that one goes for sure.
It's just
I think it's probably got the weakest release games as well there, to be fair.
Yeah.
The Switch, it's hard. I've spent more time on PS4.
Yeah.
But the Switch, I think, it's got better launch titles here. Like, Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Well, I think I almost convinced you to buy the PS4, really, didn't I? Because
you did, because
you were on the Xbox for the longest time. Yeah, because I used to work somewhere undisclosed location.
Yeah, there are other shops available.
That I got a discount, and I hooked my boy up. I don't work there anymore, so and I think you got your PS4 Pro for like 200 quid, wasn't it, or something? It wasn't a lot. And
yeah, I think so, because it was on. Was it Black Friday, wasn't it?
Yeah, potentially. Yeah.
I can't remember what year now. I think it's 2 years ago now.
I mean, I own both the Switches for unknown reasons, and I don't think I've touched my Switch since the first lockdown.
Yeah,
I love the Switch.
I think it's a fantastic console as well.
I think it's got to go to PS4. I think it has to.
Yeah, I think I agree, to be honest here, because it's so many games. God of War, Bloodborne, Horizon Zero Dawn. There's so many good games, and so does Switch. But I think
it sounds like a Boeing 747.
Yeah, that is the one. The actual console itself's not fantastic, but for me, it's the games and the memories. It was for the longest time. We were on separate consoles, and then finally
having to play Fortnite on that.
Yeah, we had to play cross-play games, which was Fortnite or like Minecraft. So
that was a pain. That was a pain.
So
I'm going PS4.
I think I agree with you here.
Yeah.
Now, for this last one, I realised I have messed up slightly. So
disgusting. Start the episode.
I am actually gonna put the redo. I've messed up slightly with the brackets, so I am actually going to put the Nintendo Switch down as well for us, because otherwise there'll be one odd one out.
Okay.
The Xbox One is gone though. That can just straight up in.
Yeet! Right in the bin. Off you go, mate.
And the last one. Now, this one I already know the winner, since I have had a very limited experience with 2 of these, but that is the PlayStation 5 versus the Xbox Series X versus the PC.
Yes.
We were going to mention PC here somewhere. Now, for me, it's PC. I don't have an opinion worthy for the other 2.
Right, yeah, boys. I'm all right. The podcast has ended. You know what I mean? Like, it's done. This guy.
I think PC wins for this for sure.
Listen,
sorry.
Right. I'm gonna lay it down to everyone flat right now.
No.
Here we go. This is big boy Jack moment. You know what I'm saying, like, PS5, admittedly, one of the hardest things to get. I think you could probably go mine gold in Venezuela and get away with it quicker than you can find a PS5. But I don't even think you can mine gold in Venezuela. But anyway,
you probably can. But
probably if you tried hard enough.
Not accessibly.
Honestly, like all jokes aside, I think the PS5 is a work of art. I really do.
Yeah.
Like, because going off what the PS4 was like, it was loud. It got hot. I mean, the PS5 does get hot, but it's huge, so it's difficult, But if you place it right, it's ventilated and it's fine. Doesn't make a sound. Sometimes the fan goes and it just cools itself down, and then it's silent for hours. Can't even hear.
Yeah.
The actual system itself, like the dashboard, is smooth as anything. If you invite me to a party, I'm in there within seconds if I'm at my PS5. And like, usability wise, it's the one. It's beautiful. So I do have to give it to Sony that they have done what they should have done with the PS4, because the PS4 console obviously was fantastic, but the software in it was garbage, and the actual hardware itself just you might as well have just gone to a bin and just picked up a load of chips. Just put them together and be like, yeah, let's go.
Chips?
Like, no, not like potato chips. Like
right.
Microchips and stuff. Yeah,
I thought you was like, what?
Man's going to McDonald's, getting some fries and be like, hey guys, my PS4. No, I mean, maybe I'm biased. I probably am, but I'm going PS5.
Yes, this is where we differ, because you're very much more console is better than PC person,
100%.
Whereas I'm more the other way round. And the reason I don't have a PC now is because I'm worried about it taking my entire life again. And a consoles are granted are much more easily accessible. You could just pick up and play. But I think PC, if you have the time and money to invest, the PC I think will be the better option.
I think it's difficult to argue that spec wise, I'd be an idiot if I decided.
Like spec wise, PC is going to win all day against consoles, as it just will. And for me, like if I didn't have to work, didn't have to do life and like university, then absolutely, I would still have a PC now. But like some exclusives, just can mention some PC exclusives that I really like: League of Legends, Undertale, Civilization, not including a couple that have been on console, but for the majority, they're PC only. Subnautica and Black Mesa / Half-Life. And I think that for me, it's just I felt a lot more immersed into gaming on PC than I did on console. And I don't think, I think it's just, I feel more into it. And I don't know if that's because when you're sitting there with a keyboard and mouse, you just feel like a greasy nerd. And I think it's potentially something to do with that. But I think for me, like I do prefer PC over console. But it's just the way life is. It's just, I think console is just easier.
Monster Energy sweat. Saying that, I've got a Monster Energy right next to me, and I'm just recording a podcast.
Baby,
that means I'm an epic gamer.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure her saying I have a podcast is like the new I'm in a band.
Legit.
I'm pretty sure that is that's the new thing.
Everyone and their mother has a podcast.
Oh yeah, definitely. But, I mean, ours is good. So
ours is the greatest.
Subscribe below.
Yeah. So, shameless plug. Please subscribe. We're desperate. If you don't subscribe, I'll get kicked out of my house. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, no. Anyway, moving on before someone takes that to heart. So you're going PS5 on this. I'm going PC. Mate. So
is this the segue, or are we still?
We can segue if you want.
Not really.
All right, fair enough.
No, this is the next. It's just the next topic I'm terrified of.
Why?
It's terrifying. I don't want to comment on PC because I'll get all the try-hard gamers coming after me, and they're scary, man.
All right, we'll rattle through these. We don't really have to talk more. We can just kind of list favourites here.
Yeah, go on.
So quarterfinals. For me, PlayStation 1 versus Xbox. For me, Xbox wins.
PlayStation 1, flip a coin. And it, a metaphorical coin, and obviously the PlayStation wins. Moving on, let's go.
Yours is PS1 versus PS2.
PS2.
Yep, okay. For me, we've got Xbox 360 Wii. That's for both of ours.
Yeah.
So 360, I think, is probably winning on both of these. we don't need to go into detail with these now. And then we've both got DS versus PS4.
PS4.
Yeah, I think that's a safe bet, let's be honest. And then finally, for me, Nintendo Switch versus PC, which PC's winning again. And you've got Switch versus PS5.
PS5.
So you've got very majority. Do you know the funny thing about this? I've just noticed. We made a whole video ranting about Microsoft, and yet 3 of my 4 semi-finalists are Microsoft.
Man's just like, oh no, do you know what? Microsoft, worst company in the world. But on the contrary, 3 out of 4 of my favorite consoles are actually Microsoft consoles.
Yeah, I love their consoles, and I just kiss a picture of Bill Gates on the hour every hour.
Speaking of posters of Bill Gates, I've got loads of ready.
Anyway, Xbox versus Xbox 360 for me. Oh, this is really hard, actually.
It's got to be 360, surely.
I don't know. I had so many memories on both, but yeah, I'll go to 360, I think. And for you, it's PS2 versus 360.
360.
Oh, I actually thought PS2 was going to win yours. To be honest.
I did think about it, but purely because I think, my start on YouTube was on the 360. And
yeah, that's true.
I met our boy Nathan. I didn't know on the 360. That's a complete lie. But 360 was we met a lot of people. Yeah, you did. I introduced him to you lot. Yeah, 360.
Shout out if you're watching, Nathan.
Sad, but it's changed my life, man. It was deep. I mean,
yeah,
a lot of nice people.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, 360. Gotta be.
And for me, PS4, PC. Now, I gotta go PC, I think. Microsoft final. I feel like I've betrayed it. I've become everything I hated.
It feels like a dagger through the heart, man.
And yours is PS4, PS5.
Oh, don't make me do this.
Who wins? You decide.
Oh, that's actually really difficult. Do you know what? It's got to be the love of my life. It's got to be my PS5.
Okay.
I
respect the decision. So our finals.
Oh.
For me, the 2 best consoles / gaming products ever made are the Xbox 360 and the PC. And yours is the Xbox 360 and the PS5. But who? There can only be one. Who are you going with?
That's really horrible. I almost don't want to decide. Do you know what? It's got to be the 360.
I respect that.
Funny enough, I don't like Microsoft, but it's got to be the 360.
It's for memories more than anything, I think.
Yeah, hands down. It's got to be. Like, the PS5 is beautiful and I would marry it, but it's got to be the 360. It has to be. So
now I'm going to do a big old swerve and say the Wii U is the best console ever made. See you later, bye.
End of podcast. We'll see you guys next week with it.
So
it's tough, isn't it?
Every inch of me wants to say PC, but I don't know if I can.
No, I think I'd be disrespectful.
Yeah, I think 360 has got to be. I think I'm very shocked we actually came up with the same one.
Do you know what? I am, but I'm also not, because you think how many years me and you spent, like, to the point where we are now, the ages we are now, like, chilling on a 360, like.
When did it come out? 2005. So, oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, it's the one.
16 years ago.
I'm old, man.
I was like 9. I was literally like 9 years old.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Squeaky voice and all. It's beautiful.
Literally.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So, we ranted about Microsoft, but our favourite console is a Microsoft console. Like, hypocrite city over here.
Literally, I don't like Microsoft for their practices yet. My 2 favourite gaming consoles are the PC and Xbox 360. I still love you, Sony. Believe me.
Do you know what I will say though is it is 360 for the memories, not for the console.
Yeah, not the console itself wasn't good at all. Like the Red Ring of Death was a sham.
It was a big issue until they fixed it in the the Slims, but then there was another issue, wasn't there? I can't remember what it was called, but it was a similar sort of thing. But yeah,
it was the Elite.
right.
Xbox 360 Elite, and then it fixed the red ring issues, but it did still happen very rarely.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But that settles it. Xbox 360 is officially our favorite consoles of all time.
Apparently so.
Now that we would love to hear your opinion on this. Tell us how wrong you think we really are, and that we know nothing and should just die. Down in the comments if you so wish.
You know, you're gonna get the hyper gamers. They're gonna be like, PC noob. I'm like, all right.
And then speaking of that, I genuinely do think PC is better than console, and I really do. I do think it is. I do think it is the way to go. It's just I'm a busy man.
Listen,
I don't have time
to
invest in a monster.
Big Papa Jack's gonna speak now. Big wise man Jack.
Wise man.
Listen,
wise man Jack.
Wise man Jack.
Give me your knowledge.
I will give you all the knowledge of the world right now. So, PC. The problem with PC is, and I never thought I'd ever say this is a problem. This is obviously my opinion before anyone crucifies me and says, you're wrong, it's an opinion. Relax. But it's right. PC has endless possibilities, which is a good thing, but it's also a really bad thing. I feel like, and I've done it myself, you've done it, PC addiction is a real business, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so games like League of Legends, 40, 50 minutes a game sometimes on average.
Yeah.
You could play maybe 6 or 7 games in a day, which is ridiculous. Nothing. And that's your entire day gone. And then you can move on to something else. Because you could literally just look up anything on the PC. You got Steam that's got God knows how many bloody games on it. And there's so many free games and stuff like that, so you don't even need to spend any money. But then if you want a proper gaming PC, you're looking at spending like £1,000 for something beastie to run everything.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money. A lot of money. Whereas with a console, it's all pre-packed, you know, the specs are the specs. You couldn't upgrade it with a hard drive, but that's about it. And you pay like, well, obviously the PS5 is like 500 quid or whatever. But you know that that's all you're going to pay for hardware and stuff like that. You're not going to have to pay anything else. You know, I just think it's less addicting, which is good, because console games, once you've completed them, you know, obviously Call of Duty and like, you know, multiplayer games are there. But if you're playing something like Assassin's Creed, once you've completed it and you've platinumed it, you're not going to go back to it, really, are you? It's done. Whereas if you play League of Legends or RuneScape or something like that on a PC or CSGO, you'll just go on and on and on and keep playing and keep playing and keep playing. And before you know it, you've wasted like 20 years of your life. You're like 40 years old. Like, what happened?
See, I do agree with you on the ease of access. Obviously, consoles ease of access in it. There's something you can pick up and play for a few hours and it's fine. But say money was no object and time was no object. So say you won like 100 mil or something in the lottery and you never had to work again in your life. Would you get a PC, like a big boy?
Oh, see, I feel like I'd just buy one just so I had one.
Yeah.
But like I think me and you are very similar in a sense. We've got very addictive personalities.
Yes, for sure.
So if I did, I feel like I would lose my life to it again. It's not healthy. I mean, as you get up, maybe when you're younger, it's fine, you know. And I think a lot of our audience are probably a bit younger.
That's probably fair to say.
They probably have the time, you know, they're coming from school and the only thing they've got to worry about is school. And that's fine when you're that age. But when you're my age, I literally make myself sound like I'm about 80. But when you're my age, there are other things. You can't sit there and play something for hours on end. It just doesn't. It's not the case. That's why console for me is better, because I just pick the controller up, you know, play a bit of Hitman or whatever, and then put it down. It's done. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do completely get your reasoning. For me, it's video games has been a massive part of my life ever since I was old enough to hold a keyboard or a controller.
Hold my beer.
And I think it always will be. So I think it's, for me, PC, I think is definitely, for me anyway, the way forward in terms of what you can do and the future of gaming, just because
Definitely
of
the
what
future,
you can do.
I think because
Absolutely, yeah.
God knows what PCs are going to be like.
So we would like to know whose side are you on. So I'm very much PC, and he is very much console.
Yes,
so
sir.
whose side are you on? We would love to know in the comments below.
I think I can see where it's going to sway. I will admit. But,
yeah, so can I. I think a lot of people are going to be PC orientated.
Yeah.
Just tends to how it is nowadays, which is fine. Everyone likes their own stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
So, please tell us what you think. But I think that is it. I don't have anything else to add. I don't think, unless you do.
No, we kind of molded the two topics together.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think we can sort of begin the boring part where we selfishly.
Oh yeah, same thing. It's the same.
Yeah.
It means the same thing. So yeah.
Right. So, boys, ladies, gentlemen, check us out on YouTube. Like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe for future content. We're also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcast, which you can check the links on our site. So our site is hstp.co.uk. To repeat that, it's hstp.co.uk. Make sure that you join our Discord, where we provide updates on the Discord daily almost, and we let you know what's going on there. We're slowly building our community up, so if you want to get in contact with us, probably one of the better places to do it. Episodes go live 6 p.m. GMT on Sundays, and the clips go live on YouTube Tuesdays and Fridays at 6 p.m. as well. Make sure that you follow us on all our socials, Twitter and Instagram at HitStartToPlay. Again, that's where we update everyone, and we're quite active on Twitter as of recently. Instagram not so much. Again, if you want to contact us, Twitter's a good place to go.
Yes, quickly speaking of that, sorry to interject.
No, go for it.
Friday, Saturday, the 19th and 20th of February, Blizzcon line is happening, and we have been requested to talk a bit about that for next week. So I am taking it upon myself. I will be watching the full things and making a lot of notes on this. I'll be tweeting about this as well. So if you want live discussions about this, I am always there on Twitter if you would like that.
There you go. This man is the main Twitter man, more so than I am. But yeah, I think that is it. One thing I want to plug myself ever so slightly. I've been streaming actually. You want to go follow me? That's twitch.tv/Falsey with 2 Y's and an underscore at the end. If you're interested in speedrunning content, your boy's got it. I'm starting streaming Hitman 3 speedruns.
I'll put the link to your Twitch in the description of this. So if you want to look at that, just an ad, it's below.
Yeah, I think that is pretty much everything we've got to say for this episode. I've thoroughly enjoyed that, actually. It was a lot of fun. So, yeah, is there anything else you want to add?
No, I don't think so. Just there is another giveaway happening, as we mentioned, so make sure to check the Twitter to join that.
Get involved, boys. Get your gift cards. Get your gift cards. More giveaways to come in the future. But yeah, that is everything from us. We will see you next week. Have a good week. And goodbye.
Thank you. And goodbye.